next issue for a contract management system, or we've got a document management system, or we've got an intake system. And these things, when you have different solutions from different providers, they're disconnected. And you see it on the social media, LinkedIn, where some legal teams will be out there with almost like a badge of honor. We've got this tech stack. This is a list of tech that my legal team is using, and it's a lengthy list of all these different tools. Thinking that it's a really efficient way of working, but it isn't, because there's so much context switching goes on when you have to navigate between those different solutions. You create context switching, understanding how things are served, and the time spent just navigating between the two. So let's talk about that. Bringing them together. What have you found is some of those key benefits of having this consolidated platform for your matters and your contracts together?
Yeah. So calling back to the fact that we bought the matter management module first and then didn't buy the contract one until a couple years later. If I could go back, I would have bought them at the same time, because they really separately, it's basically a fancy spreadsheet. And then if you don't have a contract management system, you're still having those pain points of email management. You have to track it via like somewhere that it even is existing, and it doesn't actually take you to that next level. You really need to respect how matters and contracts work together, and to have them in one system. I mean, at this point, to me, it's not really an option. You will always have a matter for a contract, but you won't necessarily have a contract for a matter. So if you have them in separate systems, there's always going to be, like you said, that disconnect. So I would go back, I'd buy the contracts at the same time, and then, life would have been a dream. But, that's how we learn is, we attend these webinars and hear those pain points from other people.
That's right. Absolutely.
But, I call LawView an ELMS, an enterprise legal management system. Totally understand that not all companies have the luxury of getting to buy a ELMS, but there are solutions out there that may be within the right price point and can accomplish what, LawView is really powerful for, which is the, bringing all those communications and collaboration and that task tracking, that project tracking all into one environment. And then the power behind having that CLM locked in and like moving in step with it is just, it pays out. So,
yeah. And I guess in terms of risk, you've got the one vendor. You've obviously got saving time. You don't have to negotiate 6, 7, whatever different contracts each time. And I guess it's data security. All your data is in one place and it isn't shared with all of these other organizations as well. So there must be kind of some risk management there for you as well.
Yeah, internally and externally. Because if you think about, yes, legal could use a ticketing system for your matter management, but then you have to worry about business partners inadvertently getting access to parts of, legal's data that you wouldn't necessarily want to have happen.
Yeah, I guess we might touch on AI later on as well, but immediately springs to mind is when you do have all of your important legal information, contracts, matters, documents all in one location, the ability to leverage AI across that rich data source is going to be so powerful, rather than having to try and connect different data points from all these different systems that other people are using. So I really like how you've kind of articulated that kind of value from having this matters and contracts together.